Alrighty. Well, I think first order of business for today is going to be taking out both of the gyms here. This one is not a real gym actually, though. It is a fighting dojo. And we have quite a few trainers to actually fight here. So off camera, I got Epic up a few more levels than when we last saw her. So she should be a bit more competent. Yeah, level 36. Yeah, she learned Ice Beam, and I taught her the Psychic TM, so that's going to help quite a bit. Yeah, these fighting types don't stand a chance against her now. I mean, she is part Ice, so that's not super great defensively against them, but she should be able to take them out before any real harm comes to her at the very least. Ooh, crit. Even better. What else do you got, dude? Primate. Okay, this one might actually hurt a little bit, but a Psychic should still take it down. Ooh, Fury Swipes. Not the move I would have gone for, but you do you. Do you even have claws? It looks like your hands are just more, like, balled up fists than anything. Ooh, not quite. Well, let's just go for a body slam then. Neutral damage. After all, Lapras is just as good as attacking physically as it is specially, so that's kind of nice. Take you out, no problem. And then there's quite a few more trainers to fight, but I will thankfully be able to do that off screen so you don't have to witness this massacre. Well, that's all 4 of them taken out. I should probably heal though, because, you know, 4 battles in a row does put a bit of a damper on your HP pool. It's close enough to full. So I guess you're kind of the gym leader, aren't you? Karate master. Close enough. So what do you bring to the table? Black belt Koichi. Hitmonlee. Ooh, I like Hitmonlee. It's a bit more defensive than some other fighting types out there, but it still hits, you know, decently hard. I would not underestimate this thing. Come on, let's give it a good old Psychic. I've actually used a Hitmonlee before, and you know what? I don't know if it was quite as good as Primate, but it certainly did its fair share of the heavy lifting in that playthrough. I would actually kind of recommend a Hitmonlee. They're not too shabby. And his other Pokemon is Hitmonchan. Oh boy. Hitmonchan's claim to fame is using the elemental punches just like that. However, this thing has like no special attack whatsoever, so it cannot use them in the slightest. It is kind of hilarious. So if you ever actually end up using one, it's just going to use a lot of normal and fighting type attacks, which is fine, but it's just kind of hilarious that it can't actually make use of its elemental punches. Between Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, I would definitely recommend Hitmonlee, especially in this generation. If this was post-physical special split, that'd be a different story, but Generation 3, yeah, no, those elemental punches are not Hitmonchan's friend. I would pass on Hitmonchan, but Hitmonlee, yeah, no, that's a good one. And he's gonna give us one of those 2 Pokemon that I was just talking about. I don't plan on using either, but I might as well pick the Hitmonlee because I think it is the better of the 2 in this generation. Can I take your other one? Better not get greedy. Oh. And it comes at level 25, so just like the Lapras, it's a gift Pokemon that comes reasonably leveled. And I mean, look at that 70 attack. That's really not too shabby. That'll actually get really high over time, huh? I mean, those are some fairly competent moves too. Yeah, it comes with Brick Break. Yeah, no, if I wasn't using a Machoke, I'd probably be using Hitmonlee, because it is definitely a solid fighting type. Now, the next order of business is going to take out the Saffron Gym there, but first, we must heal, because poor Epic is a little bit dinged up. What do you got to say on the matter? Sabrina uses Psychic types? Yes, she does. don't bring a fighting type because they will definitely get wrecked here. And it looks like Blue's already beaten us to the punch. Now, I don't actually remember the path through all these warps off the top of my head, but I'll just kind of aimlessly wander and hope something happens. Oh! I swear that wasn't planned. I was prepared to wander around for like 5 minutes, because that's what I was doing when I took out all the trainers, is I was wandering around for 5 minutes because I couldn't figure out how to get to Sabrina. Well, that helps. You dislike battling, but you became a gym leader. What a contradiction you must be. Well, I actually remember Sabrina being one of the tougher gyms, so let's see if that holds true. Kadabra. Now, these things are a lot more specially defensive, so I'll go with a body slam instead, because that's physical. Okay, so it's going to buff up its powers. Thankfully, this should do the same amount since it's physical. Oh yeah, taken down, because Kadabra is very frail. Still a good mon, just very frail. Mr. Mime? You know, I think we can body slam Mr. Mime, too. Well, that's a Mrs. Mime, actually. Listen, Calm Mind is a good move, but I think you're using it in the wrong situation. Ooh, yeah, see, Mr. Mime's got that durability on it that Alakazam's family doesn't. And that didn't do too much, because Epic's got fairly decent bulk, so I'm not too shocked. Oh, well. You know, that crit would have been useful the last time, but oh well. Venomoth. That's not a psychic type at all. That's bug... Isn't that bug poison? Yeah, that's bug poison, so psychic should actually do good damage against it. Please don't confuse me. Okay, thank you. Ooh, not quite. Yeah, unfortunately, the Lapras family of 1, because it does not evolve. Lapras is not super offensive, so it might take a couple hits to take down its opponents, but, you know, Epic here's fairly bulky and learns some pretty decent moves, so we should be sitting pretty either way. Now, the thing is, can you survive a hit from a level 43 Alakazam? Well, if it sets up with Calm Mind, you're actually in a better position. So, at the very least, if this doesn't get the KO, please get the paralysis. No. Psychic. Yeah, you might be dead here, Epic. It was a valiant effort. Yeah, Mazin. Magnitude should do pretty decent here if it lives. That was the wrong move to pick, Sabrina. You are just oh, well, you might not be dead. Magnitude 4 of all things, yeah. And now she healed. So that Future Sight might actually come into play, unfortunately. Magnitude 8, that is a lot better. Oh, yeah. Wow. Just look at the sheer difference from 4 to 8. 4 did literally nothing, and then 8 took it out in one hit. Yeah, one day we'll get Earthquake so we can have some more consistency, but oh well. Yeah, and she's also going to give us a TM on top of that new badge. You're not going to tell me what it is? Calm Mind, thank you. I had to talk to her again to get that. It is an attack and a special attack and a special defense buff. That's pretty nice. It's kind of like the special version of Bulk Up, I guess, which I like Bulk Up, so that's fine. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's definitely one to keep in mind. Psychic power, huh? Yeah, I bet you would. Okay, well that went pretty easy. Poor Epic got taken down, unfortunately, but these things happen. You know, in this house here, I believe there's actually an interesting NPC. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, she wants a Pokédoll, and she can teach you the move Mimic. I don't really like Mimic, but she'll teach it to you if you give her a Pokédoll. And she's collecting dolls, so I guess it makes sense. Although this is a real Doduo with speech capabilities. She's even playing Mario. And I can even read her diary. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head what Mimic does. I think it just uses the last move your opponent did, which isn't super useful, but, you know, it's something. Anyway, I am going to meet you somewhere else. Okay, we are back out over at Celadon City, because I never actually went over this way, and there is a Snorlax blocking the path here as well. I'm already using one on my team, so I don't need to catch this one, and we'll just let it faint first. Snorlax calmed down, gave a huge yawn, and returned to the mountains. Now, I believe, just like the other Snorlax, we can set the item finder. And there should be a leftovers hidden here as well. Yes, indeed. Definitely a good addition. I might actually put that on Epic so she survives a little more, because she's still not super bulky. So she can have that just to last a little longer. Seriously, I can't believe they give you 2 leftovers. That's such a good item to give for free. Anyway, up here is another one of Oak's aids, and if you've got 40 species, he will give you the amulet coin, which is something I have already done with 56 Pokemon, so free amulet coin. You basically get more money from fighting trainers if that Pokemon appears in battle. I don't really have any other items I'm using, so I guess Missile can have that. Sure. I don't really think I'm strapped for cash, but I guess a little free money never hurt anyone. Now, I've already taken care of all the trainers off screen, because, well, they just use, like, coughings and the like, nothing too exciting. If I remember right, there are a bunch of hidden items on this route as well. A full restore right there. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see. I don't remember where all of these are off the top of my head, but I should be able to find most of them. Let's see, is it here about? Yes, there's a PP up there. The next one should be on the other route. And yes, this is as fast as you can go when you're going up this route. If you're not holding any direction, you instead just plummet downwards, because I guess this road is sloped? That's interesting, although you can hold B to stop in place, which is very useful when you're looking for items. Let's see, yes, there is a rare candy there, alrighty. That's neat. Now we'll go loop back around over this way. Huff, huff, puff. Gosh, this would be a pain to bike IRL. I've never been very good at biking. I mean, I can do it, but really, it's quite the workout. Let's see, should be aligned with the wooden signboard. This one? No, it's down, I think. Yes, maybe. This one? No. Where is this? Let's see. Maybe it's further down. Is it around here? Yeah, it's around here. On one of these tiles. Yes, a max revive. That's also pretty good. Now we gotta find another sign, I believe. Whoop! It should be on this section here, right? Yes, a max elixir, alright. Those items can be kind of a pain to get with the forced downward movement, but they were, of course, no match for me. Now, the reason we came all the way back here is because we actually have to go into the Safari Zone, which, I don't know, do they ever do that a lot? Oop, this is not the Safari Zone. I don't know if there's ever any other time you have to do Safari content, but this is a case where we do. Thankfully, we can just cut these trees down to get a more direct path to the entrance. So let's see. Yes, it is my first time. There's 4 zones here that have different Pokemon available in all of them. I'll get some of them, let me put it that way. A couple of them are kind of a pain to get. And it costs 500 Poke to enter. And you can only get Safari Balls, so those are the only ones you can use. And now, to go find something. Trainer tips. Press start to check remaining time. Well, that's good to know, I guess. Rest house. At the entrance? That seems a little silly. So what do we find? Anything interesting? That is not interesting. I do not need to catch you, so I will just run away. Yeah, as you can see, Pokemon battles are a little different here than they are in the other zones, which makes sense. I mean, this is a safari tour. I don't think they'd want you beating up on their wildlife. I'll run away from you as well. Now, I don't remember off the top of my head where I'm exactly supposed to go, but I got a general idea. There are new Pokemon here, I swear. They just need to learn how to show up. Leaf Stone, alright, that's pretty useful for evolving, although I think we can buy those already, so that's not actually that necessary. Hey, it's a new Pokemon, Execute. We've actually seen the rival use one of these before. It's not too shabby. It's Grass Psychic when it evolves, which is a pretty interesting type combo. Ooh, did not catch. Yeah, catching things here is kind of difficult. You could throw rocks at them. It increases the catch rate, but they're more likely to run away. Or you could bait, which usually reduces their chance to flee, and usually reduces... what am I saying? Rocks? They run away from rocks. No. They're easier to catch with rocks, that's what it is. And they're less likely to run away with bait. There you go. One day I'll figure all this stuff out. And we caught it while I was not paying attention, alright. Ooh, sunny day. Not that I'm using weather, but that's nice. Yeah, no, Executor, Execute, they're both pretty interesting. I think you could be fine using one on your team if you need a grass type. It's definitely one of the better ones out there. You guys have anything interesting? No? You caught a dude. Good luck with that. I don't even know if I want to do that. Now there's another Pokemon that's not too rare I might find. That looks like an item spot. It isn't. Okay, that's just a random patchless grass. Well, if you've never caught a Nidoran before, there is certainly quite a few here. I did not get that item. Oh, joy. If I run out of time, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's so cheap to enter this place anyway. Max Potion, alright, that's decent, I guess. Nothing over there either, so we'll just go right back up the way we came. Well, it's a good thing that encounter rate is so high, considering you only have so much time in here. Win a free HM for finding the secret house. That is quite the trainer tip. Good to know. Pokemon hide in tall grass? Gee, you don't say. That is a not so useful trainer tip. And this is area 2, okay. Is there anything up here? Ooh, new Pokemon, alright. Rhyhorn, I believe he is rock ground as well. I mean, we've seen Giovanni use one. Remember that Rhyperior did not yet exist at this point, so it'll evolve into a Rhydon, which, you know, it's powerful. Dies really easily to water and grass because of its typing. But it'll hit really hard. I like Rhydon. I've never really used one, but I like the design. It's one of the classics, and you know, it's just cool. It also helps that it's actually a pretty decent Pokemon on top of that, so yeah, no, if you need rock ground coverage, Rhyhorn, definitely not too bad to pick. Anyway, is there anything up here? Looks like there's an item. TM47 Steel Wing. Ooh, very nice. I missed another item, though. Protein, that's an attack boosting item. Very cool. So many Pokemon. Anything in this rest house. You can keep any items, but you'll run out of time if you try to get them. That's actually not true. I mean, it will be for me, because I've been very unoptimized in my routing, but if you know where all the items are, yeah, you can get them all in one go. Oh, you poor man. Why would you evolve it into a Flareon? And how could you not know what triggered that? Oh well. His loss, I suppose. And I ran out of time already. Wow, that was kind of quick. We'll go up, maybe? I think there was an item, wasn't there? Yeah. Quick Claw. Ooh, Quick Claw. That is very nice. That will occasionally let you go first in battle. So in addition to a protein on Sephiroth, I think I'll also give him the Quick Claw, because his speed... I didn't mean to use that oak, I swear. Because his speed is a little low, and he's not the most bulky. So he can have a Quick Claw. That way every now and then he'll just go first and surprise his opponent. Don't underestimate the Quick Claw. It might not be the best item in the world, but it's pretty good. Although, man, I gotta say, how many neat arenas are there? There are good Pokemon here. It's just unfortunate because the ones you would most want to catch are also by far the rarest. Well, Rhyhorn isn't rare, but a lot of them are. What's down this path? This puts us... Oh, a request to find the Warden's gold teeth. They're missing. And they're right next to the sign that asked people to look for them. What a lazy worker who put that there. Ooh, double team. That is a very good TM. It boosts your evasion. If you use that in competitive, everyone will hate you. And we've made it to the deepest part of the Safari Zone, which enables us to get the Surf HM, which we are absolutely going to make use of. I think it should be obvious, but that's going to go on Epic. 100%. So where is that? Should be at the top. Yeah, I mean, it's 95 power, so that's pretty competent. And Big can learn it, but I assure you he has no business using that. Now, what to get rid of? Okay. This is a tough one. Body Slam for potential paralysis, or Confuse Ray for confusion? I mean, how often would I need a normal type? Because Water, Ice, and Psychic should cover most of... You know what? Yeah, Water, Psychic, and Ice should cover most anything I'll send Epic out against. And I think Confuse will work a little nicer than only a chance of paralysis. So now Epic can surf, which is nice because there's a conveniently placed body of water right down there. Yes, I'm super lucky, I'm sure. So if we just go into the water, we can surf right on top of that. What's in this little rest house? Some more NPCs. Yeah, rocks, they're more likely to run away, but they're easier to catch. Baits, Pokemon are more likely to stick around, but become harder to catch, except for Chansey, which is kind of an interesting little tidbit there, because Chansey is already so hard to catch. Ooh, free item. Aw. These darned neat arenas. Ooh, a max potion. Very cool. And can I get this other item? A max revive. Alrighty. Is that everything? I don't know if it is. I can't imagine I have many steps left if not. But I can surf on this island here. We get a nugget. Ooh, I can sell that. And there is a hidden item on here too. I thought there was. Another leaf stone that I do not need, but that is good to know. Now, I if there's anything left here, I will probably get it later. I know for a fact all the really rare Pokemon are definitely gonna have to be an off-screen thing. They're just so hard to get. I'm just gonna double check real quick that there wasn't any important items I missed. Okay, a quick little double check, and it does not appear that I missed anything in there, or if I did, I certainly don't notice. So now we have to go return the teeth to the warden. I don't remember which house was his. I think it's in the bottom right here. Yeah, it is. So that's a hint to something. So we give him his old golden teeth, and he thanks us with HMO4, which I believe is strength, which is quite a coincidence because, well, he has a strength boulder in his house. Silly. I'm not sure why you would choose this as, you know, furniture, but we can push this boulder off to the side here. We'll do that real quick like. And we get a rare candy for our efforts. Very cool. Now, while I was checking the Safari Zone to make sure I didn't miss anything, I did the unthinkable. I caught the really rare Pokemon inside the Safari Zone. Yeah, I don't know why I thought to do that. It was very uninteresting. It took, like, well over an hour, and made me want to pull my hair out, but I did it anyway. So these two, very common. No worries there. Dratini, you can find it by fishing. You could also get it from the game corner if you'd rather deal with that instead of the Safari Zone, but they're not too rare from fishing, so if you really don't want to do the game corner, you're better getting one here. It takes quite a while to become a Dragonite, but once it does, I mean, it's a Dragonite. Like, come on, it's gonna be awesome. It just takes a while to get there, but yeah, no, if you have the patience for it, I do recommend it. Next up is Pinsir. Only available in Leaf Green. You could also get him from the game corner as well. Pinsir. Yeah, he's a bug type, but you might as well treat him like he's a fighting type, because all he's really going to be doing most of the time is fighting moves, normal moves, maybe some other TMs out of there, but he's alright. I mean, in terms of bugs, he's definitely one of the better ones available. Him and Scyther, who you can find in Fire Red instead, who is in a similar vein, since Scizor does not exist in the main story of this game. He's going to be doing Swords Dance and Slash, and that's about it for Scyther. They're both alright, but, you know, they're not super great either, so they're kind of a, if you want to use them, do it. They're not too shabby. Kangaskhan, I mean, what can I say about Kangaskhan? It's a very solid normal type all around. I mean, Giovanni's used one a few times, and that thing's, you know, pretty competent, and while it's not the strongest thing out there, it definitely holds its own, and for a single-player playthrough, yeah, no, Kangaskhan is quite decent. I could definitely recommend this one. Chansey. I do not recommend Chansey at all. It is only good at special defending and HP. Everything else about it is not worth using, because this thing is not going to do any damage whatsoever. You can't evolve it into a Blissey either, because that's a Generation 2 Pokemon, and they lock those out for some stupid reason. I would pass on Chansey, honestly. The only reason you would catch one is if you want to see if it has a Lucky Egg on it, which is a hold item that increases experience gain, which is quite good, but I don't know if I would have the patience to grind out catching Chanseys for that. But yeah, no, definite pass on using one of these in single player. It's just, it's gonna do no damage and die to any physical attack. And lastly is Tauros. Tauros. Oh man, Tauros is a good Pokemon. Very high attack, very good ability with Intimidate, very good speed. Like, Seriously, this thing is an absolute monster. It's not like the Generation 1 Tauros that used all those special moves, unfortunately, but it still holds its own quite well using a whole plethora of good physical attacks. I highly recommend a Tauros. Now, if you want to know where to find all those Pokemon, Future Me is kind enough to put a little chart on the screen showing you exactly what locations they appear in, and whether it's a 1% chance or a 4% chance. Yeah, those are very low percentages, and yes, that took me a while to get them, because boy, they don't have the best catch rates either. Now, in addition to that, since we have the Surf HM, we could also go over to Pallet Town. We could also go south from here in Fuchsia, but I prefer to go south from Pallet personally. It's just a little easier on me. Besides, we haven't been home here in a while. Yeah, so we can actually surf down on this water here. And there should be a new Pokemon in the grass. And there it is, Tangela. Tangela is a pure grass type, and yes, that is actually kind of noteworthy. There's not very many of those out there in this game, or any other ones actually, as far as I know. Well, I'm sure there are. It's alright. I mean, defense is its entire gimmick. That's all it has going for it. It can do alright damage, I guess, but I personally think there's better grass-type options that do evolve, as opposed to Tangela here, who is a single-stage mon because Tangrowth did not exist yet. If you wanted to use one, there's worse things you could do, but I definitely won't be. But it's there if you want it. Anyway, that's probably good enough progress for this episode. I have no idea how long this one actually ended up being, because I was in the Safari Zone for well over an hour, but next time we'll just continue down south past Pallet Town here to see what lies beyond.